Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. It is a glorious day. In a surprising announcement, Bungie has informed us that they are beginning the process to separate themselves from their current publisher, Activision. In a blog post titled Our Destiny released today, Bungie stated, "We have enjoyed a successful 8-year run and would like to thank Activision for their partnership on Destiny. Looking ahead, we're excited to announce plans for Activision to transfer publishing rights for Destiny to Bungie. With our remarkable Destiny community, we are ready to publish on our own, while Activision will increase their focus on owned IP projects. The planned process is already underway in its early stages, with Bungie and Activision both committed to making sure the handoff is as seamless as possible." As you might imagine, this is a massive shift for Bungie and for Destiny, and of course there's lots and lots of pretty exciting implications about the future of the franchise. So without wasting any more time, let's dive in and break down all of the details. Alright, so to summarize real quick, in 2010, Bungie struck a contract with Activision to release 4 Destiny games. The original contract outlined a major Destiny title every 2 years, with major expansions in between. The first Destiny was planned to be released in 2013, but since day one we've always been a little behind on that schedule. That contract placed Activision as the publisher, with Bungie retaining all rights after the end of the contract. Bungie also has the option to sell Destiny to Activision after that contract is over, if they really want to. Although, if you've been following the politics of Bungie and Activision over the past few years, you know that relationship has been anything but smooth, with Bungie having to make certain choices with their game to ensure that they meet certain revenue goals to satisfy Activision. It became abundantly clear very early on that Activision and Bungie's visions for the franchise didn't always mesh, with the D2 launch being what I feel is the ultimate example of this. The game had an insane marketing campaign, and Activision treated it like they would their other blockbuster franchises. But of course we know that Destiny isn't Call of Duty, and you can't treat it the same and expect the same results. I strongly believe that the launch version of Destiny 2 was a result of heavy Activision influence, forcing Bungie's hand to mold it into something that would appeal to the largest possible audience, and also causing them to lean to more controversial revenue sources like microtransactions and DLC. Of course, I'm not saying that we're not going to have microtransactions and DLC moving forward, but when you're under certain pressures to meet certain numbers, you do what you need to do. Well, it seems like the companies have come to some kind of impasse, most likely on a business structure standpoint, on what the future of Destiny holds, and as a result, Bungie and Activision are ending their contract prematurely. Bungie will retain all rights to the franchise, and they're also taking over publishing themselves. In fact, in the same statement from Bungie, the development team assures us that this doesn't change any plans they have for this year of content. The seasons and annual pass will continue as illustrated in the roadmap. They stated, "With Forsaken, we've learned and listened and leaned into what we believe our players want from a great Destiny experience. Rest assured there is more of that on the way. We'll continue to deliver on the existing Destiny roadmap, and we're looking forward to releasing more seasonal experiences in the coming months, as well as surprising our community with some exciting announcements about what lies beyond." So of course this is naturally a very exciting prospect, especially when considering what this could mean for the future of the franchise. In 2010, when their partnership started, Activision was vital for them to get Destiny made. Bungie was an independent developer that had recently parted ways from their previous publisher, Microsoft, of course for the Halo games, and they needed someone like Activision to supply the cash for their next vision, not to mention the resources Activision has to properly market and distribute the game. However, Bungie is in a very different position today. They are a much larger company, and not to mention the large $100 million investment they received early last year from NetEase definitely helps them out in this venture. We were all wondering at the time what the fruits of that investment would be, and today appears we have the answer. Now, of course, this is a pretty massive ordeal, and it's not a transition that's going to be taking place overnight. It will be a bit of a process, and Destiny 2 will continue to be supported on the Activision Blizzard-owned platform of Battle.net for PC. The real exciting part, of course, is what this means for Destiny looking forward. They mentioned a surprising announcement of some kind, but of course, whatever that announcement is, it may also not be super surprising based on some pretty strong hints we're getting from this message, in addition to some leaks that we've had over the past year. It's clear that Bungie wants to maintain Destiny as a hobbyist game that never has a content drought, and as we've seen for better or worse in the annual pass, or perhaps more importantly with Forsaken proper, they seem to be very much invested in exploring this sort of staggered content release that takes place over the stretch of a long period of time. Now, what I think we're going to get is a new game after Destiny 2 because you do need to lay a solid foundation, but I believe that Bungie is interested in establishing a single Destiny platform with continuous updates, maybe even utilizing some kind of subscription model maybe, although, you know, that works for World of Warcraft because it is primarily a PC platform, but with Destiny being primarily a console platform, that could be pretty divisive, especially for their audience, so we'll have to see what happens with pricing later on. But beyond that, it's exciting that Bungie now has a clear vision for what they want Destiny to be, and it likely doesn't align with what Activision wants, which is the annual large tentpole releases that they can just spend gobs of money on. Now, of course, I've just scratched the surface. I still have to collect more of my own thoughts on what this all might mean. Like, what does this mean for Vicarious Visions and High Moon Studios, the Activision-owned houses that are currently developing DLC content for Destiny? Are they going to stick around? Are they going back to Activision? We don't know quite yet, but we'll explore those topics, of course, as more information becomes available. Of course, I want to know what your thoughts are on this. This is probably the biggest Destiny news we've had in, I would say, the last 5 years, so give me your thoughts down below. We'll be exploring this topic more and more as the weeks come, of course. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you want continuous gaming coverage right here on Nerd On TV. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and if you're excited for the future of Destiny. Thanks for watching, happy gaming, and I will see you all next time.